Hey, this is Notser, and we're in the Tier 9 future American cruiser Buffalo on the map Islands of Ice. Yes, at some point in the distant future, the current Tier 9, the Baltimore, will be getting a nose job and is going to be going down to Tier 8. And this is going to replace it. So, what is replacing it? Well, it's a bigger, stronger looking ship with 12 203mm guns versus the 9 on the Baltimore. Unfortunately, the rate of fire is pretty crappy because it has 12 guns on 4 different gun turrets. And of course we find an enemy who conveniently has pulled a Notser, but I had AP loaded. Not the best choice against a DD, so we only do 2500. Even though I think we hit with 5 shells. And, of course, the next salvo towards the enemy, Charles, does nothing because it disperses left to right. Hey. Let's just chill out, okay? Leave the Buffalo alone, okay? So, yeah, the biggest difference that you'll notice is that 50% of the guns are facing forward and 50% are facing rear. So you have less of an incentive to bow on towards the target because you're not going to get rewarded with rate of fire. You will actually lose the rate of fire game against a more traditional American cruiser that's currently in the line splits. So I don't really know why they chose to go with a ship that is so different. You know, it's cool to be different. But is it cool to be different to the extent that you can't really bring all the guns to bear in a traditional sense? I don't really know. Thankfully, I can be different and have friends that support me. The friendly Edinburgh conveniently drops smoke, and I sort of make him want to leave. Sorry. But we set a couple people on fire, his smoke is about to go out, and that's probably why he left. And I got AP on a broadside. Ooh. That's where you're going to see the alpha. This will definitely have higher alpha than the Baltimore. However, it'll probably have the same damage per minute, maybe even a little worse. And in actual combat, 100% worse damage per minute because, let's face it, you don't always get a chance to fire a broadside on a target and have a giant island that's blocking you and have just enough velocity to fire over that island. But we're doing pretty good damage on the broadside of this guy, right? I mean, it's the perfect scenario. And I'm just trying to get damage on the target. So I'm trying to do every little trick I can to elevate the gun just enough. And, of course, friendlies are dealing with torpedoes, and I'm just gonna stay back, chill out, fire more AP, switch to HE in an effort to damage the Fletcher, and he's gone. So great. Switch the ammo type for no good reason, but that's okay because we are just barely firing over this island. And now, the Friedrich der Grosse is gonna definitely die. Is he gonna die to me? Of course not. Guns shatter on the guns. Gotta elevate that gun a little bit. If I aim at the guns, it'll hit the superstructure. If I aim at the... Ooh, that Montana. That Montana wanted to enter our giant self. But thankfully, the island was like, yeah, we're gonna stop that. Couple torpedoes. Edinburgh takes one, unfortunately. Friendlies are just wailing away in smoke, and that's cool. Everything's cool down here. But yeah. Now you might notice, why didn't you use radar on the Fletcher? Well, he was just barely outside of my range. And quite honestly, I was a little terrified because of the nature of this ship. I'm trying to use the 2 guns in the rear, get a good understanding of the angle of fire, see whether it's worth anything, and you sort of bait yourself into taking broadside citadels. right? So, in my effort to test it, I was a little bit more cautious than probably I would be normally, but conveniently, a enemy Kagero. Kagero. Shows himself, gets used by radar, tries to sit in his smoke. No. That's not going to work here. It's not going down this jam. We are absolutely going to punish you if you try and do that. So, we get pretty good damage on the target. Friendlies do as well. Oh man, he's kind of a lot of fires. And friendly actually takes him out, so that's great. And in the north we've got a couple enemies. We gotta do something, right? There's 2 enemy bases to our nothing. So I was like, I could enhance this team, this super team that could potentially go for B point and maybe go for A point. And I want to try and keep the friendly Missouri, who's showing a perfect broadside to the Montana. Don't know why he's doing that, alive as long as possible. I just want to see this DPM sing. So theoretically, because it has 3 extra guns, it should have higher alpha damage and greater fire potential. In theory, right? This is sort of applying the same design principle between the Montana and the Iowa, or the Missouri. Because of that extra 3 guns, you should have a higher hit chance, and everything should just look better, be more attractive. Yeah, well, the problem is that you're a cruiser, and being attractive is a double-edged sword. Because that means that enemy battleships really want to look at you and hurt you with their guns. I don't want to be hurt with their guns. But we're doing pretty good on the Montana. He is distracted. I do have priority targets, so I will know if he's targeting me. He's targeting the friendly that's basically dead now. Any second now, and we set 2 more fires, so that's 3 fires, and it's Montana. He plays the game the right way. He's not a 1 fire kind of guy. He's a 2+. And with 3 fires, he absolutely puts them out. So yeah, friendly's dead. Not looking too good. This is a really grim game, right? We've got 75 points. If friendly dies, it's over. So I'm really looking to try and stop that. We've got to get a kill. Friendly's got to get a kill. We have to do something without dying, of course. So I'm just going to try and set a fire on him. I know there's a Des Moines somewhere over there. And I think that would be the last salvo on the target. And, of course, no fire set on the target. How many fires do we have? 5? Yeah. But we've done 91,000 damage, right? It's exactly where every American cruiser should be on damage per minute, I think. And that's good, because if it wasn't, we wouldn't be anywhere close to being in this game, I think, right? This game is so over. Yeah, the enemy team's about to win. I know that game. So, I figured I gotta go for it. I gotta do something. So I'm gonna just push forward. Gotta try and make a play. So I'm body spotted. I know that the enemy is within my detection bubble, and the concealment's pretty good. It's almost 1-to-1 with radar. And oh, looky there. Enemy DD. So radar, very helpful here. And oh yes. Oh yes. Enemy is going towards the island. He's slowing down a little bit. Gotta be careful of potential torpedoes. Ooh, 4,100. Yes. Yes. Kill him. Kill him, please. Before radar goes out. Last salvo before radar's over. And oh, of course, the Des Moines. Anyone surprised at all? Anyone at all that the Des Moines is camping on the corner of an island? And unfortunately, we don't kill him. We don't actually get him dead. And I'm like, hide. Duck into cover again. So I hopefully will keep my nose on him. And yes, he can't fire anymore. And we get just close enough. Either he done the last stand, he ran into something. It doesn't matter. What matters is he's gone. He can't hurt us anymore. And the torpedoes he sent obviously didn't hit me. So, team bringing it back. Slowly, the enemy team, all they have to do is run away and hide. And I'm detected by the enemy Montana. Drop off detection. Last direction was to the left of this island. Well, I'm going to juke to the right. I just need something against the Des Moines. And obviously, if I go to the left of this island, it puts me smack dab in the middle of the Montana and the Des Moines. So I'm going to try and only go against the Des Moines. We'll see if he predicts this. I'm going to expect that the Des Moines will be bow on and AP loaded to penetrate my citadel. And oh, looky. He was bow on and he was almost out of position. And this is where the Buffalo gives up compared to the Baltimore. It just doesn't have the same rate of fire when I have to stay bow on. I'm trying to break his guns, by the way. That's why I'm firing in that exact location. But he's missing his location too. It's sort of an unwritten rule that you just don't try and bow tank as a cruiser against the Des Moines. But apparently I don't care about rules. Rules are made to be broken, I guess. So yeah, I'm trying to break his guns. And we incapacitate one, which is good. Seems that he's switched to HE and he's firing, which is also good because if he fired AP at the superstructure or my guns, he'd probably do more. And, you know, I can put out the fire. It's no big deal. I have heal. Heal's not really going to help with the AP that I'm sending his way. Come on, break those damn guns. Break them. It's really, really frustrating. Now, it's more frustrating for him because he's a Des Moines. I'm supposed to be just the best tier 10. And he gets impatient, and he shows a perfect broadside, and we get into a citadel. And one more salvo should do it. And this is just out of frustration. Obviously, you don't do this, but I know what he's like. He's like, ah! An American city such as Des Moines is far superior to Buffalo. Only in your mind, my friend. Only in your mind. So, yeah. Buffalo won this one-on-one. But please don't be dumb like me and try and tank him like that. Regardless, now it looks like we might win this game. Moskva has the potential to ram, and everyone's cheering him on. There are great teammates that have taken out the enemy, and I think we're going to win this game. I got his broadside, and even if he doesn't take him out, which he does, I could contribute a ton of damage in a small window. So the Buffalo, it's a tier 9 American cruiser, has higher alpha damage, worse damage per minute. So this is sort of to encourage you to not play as you will be playing in the Des Moines. So it's kind of awkward. You're taught how to play a certain way, and then this throws in the 50-50 front to rear. So I'm okay on this existing. It's a little weird to change your style, but hey, whatever, it'll work. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.